It's gone now.
I'm pretty sure it was an otter. It might have been... Holy shit, that's a big fish. It might have been a non-otter, like, what's it called? It might have been a beaver, is what I'm trying to say. A non-otter. You know what? I miss the rain. Not the actual rain, but the temperature that was there when it was raining all the time. I miss 18 degrees. It's way too warm. This dude is really well camouflaged. Can you guys even see him? I love these guys. Look at them. It's I'm not saying it's a nude beach, but a lot of the people here are nude. Okay, so it's 29 degrees Celsius here, and later for like 3-4 hours it's gonna be 30 degrees. I'm sitting still on a bench under a ceiling and I'm sweating. Next week it's gonna be 35 degrees. The sun is scorching again today, even when it's early in the morning. Hey, so last night I was talking to my mom, and she asked me like, how far away are you from the French border right now? Maybe I pass by it tomorrow actually. I don't know, or maybe the day after. Turns out it's just 10 kilometers from here. There's a place called Lauterbourg or Lauterbourg, and that's in France. So yeah, that's kind of cool. French border is like right over here, basically. Yeah, I just visited my last store in Germany, and currently going from Neulauterburg to Lauterbourg. Apparently the French border has kind of split the two, I think. Entering France. Not sure exactly where the border goes, but yeah, I think something like now I'm in France, I think. Doesn't look too different from Germany. I don't know what you even call it when there's like just a thing that grabs your attention for some reason every time. One of those things for me is dried up rivers. I find them very emotional for some reason. Another thing is abandoned train tracks. Maybe it's the fact that it's like something that gives a lot of benefit to people, and well, in the case of rivers, it's like animals too. And especially with rivers, they're just beautiful and nice, and everyone loves rivers, you know? So seeing them dried up and useless and fading, I don't know, makes me sad. I was just saying that there's a lot more like religious iconography here, because so far I've passed by about 5 or 6 statues of Christ or the Virgin Mother, and that's just in one town. Okay, so just made my first purchase at a French store, and thankfully no disasters, despite my very limited French. Was able to, you know, buy the stuff without without any point the conversation becoming complicated or anything. Just like, oh, that's what you have to pay. Oh, thanks. Oh, have a good day. Oh, you know, good stuff. Okay, so here's the Fanta Exotic I got earlier. That's delicious as always. And here's the Tropical Exotic. Oh, and yeah, I bought this in Germany, so it has a deposit on it for 25 cents. I figured that maybe, just maybe, the deposits would be cross-compatible between France and Germany, because, you know, close EU integration and all that. France doesn't have a deposit. Like, they don't have that system at all, so you don't have a deposit on anything you buy here. So, yeah, that's, well, it's just 25 cents, but wasted. Just had my first proper conversation with an Alsatian. Very cool. Oh. Ended up being able to speak a good amount in German, so that's a positive. Yeah, he spoke pretty much fluent German. He started out talking to me saying something like, oh yeah, it was something like bon appetit, which, you know, very French thing to say, because I was sitting here eating. But then I was like, yeah, sorry, I don't speak French. And then we started speaking a bit in English, and then I asked him, okay, are you Alsatian? And he was like, yeah. And then I was like, well, in that case, do you speak German? And he was like, yeah. And then we ended up talking in German for a good while. I wouldn't say I'm fluent, but I can say just about anything in German now, provided it's pretty like clunky, but you know, I can say most things that I have on my mind, you know. It was fun. His name was Simon, and my name is of course Arlen, but it sounds to me like in French I should just say Alain, because that's what he called me. So I think if I'm talking to people in France, I'll just say that. You know, it works. You kind of need to convert your name when you're talking to people in different languages. So, you know, in Germany, Ireland, it functioned well. When I'm talking to people from the English-speaking world, I call myself just Earl. If I'm talking to someone from Japan, I'd be saying Eren, because that's like the way you convert my original name. It turns into that. And yeah, I guess in French it's gonna be Alain. Close enough. So now I've been able to compare some prices, and it seems to me that for the most part it's similar as in Germany. Some things were a bit more expensive and some things were a bit cheaper. There was a kid just now who said hello, which made me very happy. Couldn't resist just dunking my head in the water. I'm just sitting in the sun for a moment because the mosquitoes don't target you. Holy shit, that's a lot of water. They don't target you as much when you're sitting in the sun. Sadly, they still do target you a bit, but definitely less. I've had to pretty much run through this entire forest section because, yeah, mosquitoes. Okay, so I have a new favorite insect, the dragonfly, because as I kept walking through this area back here, it kept swooping around and eating all the mosquitoes that tried to get me. So thank you, dragonflies. Love you guys, beautiful bastards. I hope you have a wonderful time. This is a very beautiful area. Okay, it smells kind of weird here, honestly. Yeah, I'm in Strasbourg. I didn't really even notice entering the city because I went through an area that was like forest, and then by the time I was actually in the city it was like, oh, been a long day. I'm tired and really ready to hit the sack. Yeah, there's a pretty nice dude here from Morocco, which whom I got to know a bit. So that makes me happy. That was pretty fun. I'm unsure if I still have a fly in my eye because a tiny, like, I don't know if it's a fly even, but like a tiny insect flew into my eye while I was walking. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Always nice to have some kamikaze, creatures out there. Everyone loves those. But yeah, apparently the other guy who's here is Finnish, so that's gonna be fun. Finnish people are usually quite entertaining, so. Okay, so I've been chilling the whole day up until now. Very happy though, because I was able to actually find my hat, which I hadn't seen for a really good while. I thought I'd lost it somewhere, but apparently it was just like very well tucked away in my bag. So yeah, the heat is ungodly, and I am being fried alive. But that's old news by now. Technically, it's another 9 kilometers, but no, I feel like I've earned the right to celebrate being halfway now. That's why I'm taking an extra day here, just chilling, relaxing, having a good time. There's like actual, like, coffee beans in there. Or something like it. Tastes good. Okay, so it took me a moment to realize, but I accidentally walked into Germany. When I was talking to the people at Burger King, the woman there just spoke immediately in German, which I figured, oh, that's kind of weird. I didn't think they did that in Alsace, Lorraine. And then now when I got to Penny, I just started like seeing, wait, hold on. They don't usually have this in France. They didn't have it at the last few stores I was at. What's going on? Why is there a iced coffee from Penny at the exact same price as it was in Germany? And then I just realized it's like, oh, I crossed the Rhine without thinking about it. So happy to see that I'm back and none of my stuff has been stolen. 2 people earlier came in and were like, oh, oops, sorry, and then left immediately after, which was very suspicious. They could have been cleaners, but the thing is that there was already a cleaner who came in earlier that day and didn't really clean the room, but changed the bedding for the 2 beds that are now vacant in my room. So the latter 2 I don't think were cleaners. Okay, so I had a good rest, and I'm heading into the city proper. I don't know much. I don't know how much you can hear of me, but this thing is very comfortable, honestly. And I've got great visibility. I'm able to see pretty much everything that's around me right now. I seem to have forgotten the ropes that I used to tie up my hammock at the last place I slept. And I haven't realized this even during the 2 days I was in Strasbourg. At some point they may have fallen off. That's possible. But whatever happened, I don't have them now. So I'm not going to be able to sleep in the hammock tonight. And gonna need to buy some new ropes and such tomorrow.